If you're thinking of moving to KL, chances are you've asked yourself, where do I live? Which neighborhood is best for me? So whether you're here to rent for a year or to settle down long term under MM2H, I'm going to show you the best areas to live in and the ones you definitely want to avoid. Now, I'm also going to show you some lesser known neighborhoods that many have been gatekeeping. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Naz. I help expats and investors like you figure out how to move, live, retire and invest smarter in Malaysia. Now, I've made so many videos on visa guides, on property walkthroughs, as well as neighborhood deep dives, so be sure to check it out before you make your decision to move here. I just made a video on the top 5 properties in KL, and in that video I did mention on some of the properties that you can buy in KL and rent outside KL. Do check that out after this video. I've also made a video on the total cost for buying properties in Malaysia, so do check that out. Have a proper understanding of buying properties in Malaysia, and under MM2H you can actually buy the property in KL, rent it out, make some money and use that money to actually rent at a cheaper, more affordable place that is also expat friendly. Alright, so let's get started. Now, the first on the list is Mont Kiara, and it is the undisputed expat hub of KL. Over 40% of residents here are foreigners. And why, you may ask? Well, you've got 6 international schools within 10 minutes, and you have malls like Publica, One Mont Kiara, and a awesome social scene that's very expat friendly. A lot of expats love this area, right? Everything from yoga studios to French bakeries, everything is within reach, and the prices here are not that bad because there are some older condos like 10 years old or 15 years old, and you can get it, right? You can rent it from about $800 per month, or sometimes even lesser, probably about $600 per month for older 3 bedrooms, right? And it can go as high as probably 4,000 or 5,000 per month for newer, larger condos. And basically they have like so many variants that suits even digital nomads or large families, right? So the trade-off here is you need a car for most daily trips. I've made a video on this, you can go and check it out. It's a big vlog. I spent the whole day there. I'll put the link in the description as well. If you want a place that has everything nearby, you don't want to have a car, that's one place. If you do want to travel to outside neighborhoods, then you need a car, right? You need a car to drive out all over KL. Number 2 is Bangsar. Now, Bangsar is what I call the best of both worlds. It's a mature local neighborhood with all the Western conveniences. Now, the Telawi area is packed with cafes, restaurants and nightlife. So while the other area, which is right beside it, is called Bukit Bandaraya, it offers more leafy streets and family homes. It's more chilled out. Yeah, I think that's the best word. And Bangsar has this big main road that cuts straight into it, and on one end you have Bukit Damansara with an MRT station, and on the other end of Bangsar you have LRT station with access to KL. So this is what made Bangsar a very good hotspot, and they have like huge bungalows to nice olden terrace houses, as well as new condos that's coming up. It is a high-end area. Prices are similar to Mont Kiara, but you're buying into the lifestyle that's more local and less high-rise centric, if that makes sense. So the downsides is you are near nightlife. Like the Telawi area, the noise can be an issue, and parking is madness. I have to say, it is madness. But for accessibility, food options and character, I would say Bangsar is really hard to beat. Alright, number 3 is known as KL's Beverly Hills, Damansara Heights. It blends luxury with accessibility. Now, you've got the Pavilion Damansara Heights development, bringing in luxury retail, MRT access, new offices, MNC offices, by the way, multinational companies coming in, which is going to bring in more expats. It's a prestigious address with larger high-end condos and landed properties, right? But it comes with a price though. The rentals here start at probably around $1,500 per month and can easily hit about $3,000 to $4,000 per month. It's also not as walkable as Bangsar, so you're back to relying on a car for most errands. If budget isn't your main concern and you want upscale central address, this is one of KL's most in-demand spots. Now, if you are thinking of staying in Pavilion Damansara, then I think that is a great idea. Although the rent is expensive, but you would be able to access entire KL neighborhood neighborhood with the MRT access, as well as everything you need that you do not have to leave the area. Now you can check out my video on the top 5 properties in KL. I did explain more on why Pavilion Damansara is a good buy, especially not just for renting but a good place to buy. After this video, I'll put a link in the description. Now if you're enjoying this video, do like and subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Also drop your email below to get notified when my relocation guide drops. It has everything you need from visas, neighborhoods, top private hospitals and schools, and so much more, right? So it's going to be all you need to move to Malaysia. Do leave your email below. And back to the video. Number 4 is Desa Park City. So if you're moving with your family or pets especially, Desa Park City is in a league of its own. I've also made a vlog there where I walked around the entire place. It's a master plan township that's built around parks, lakes and community spaces. So you can walk to the waterfront retail area, send your kids to the international school at Park City and let your dog run off leash at the park. But make sure your dog is like well behaved though. You don't want to go around fighting with other dogs or biting random people, right? Now, the catch is you are paying for that lifestyle. Desa Park City is way more expensive than Mont Kiara. It is another expat area that nobody knows about. It's up and coming now, but it has been a local favorite for a very long time. And prices are going up really crazily. The condos here start from around $1,500 per month, and the landed starts at about $2,000 to $3,000 per month, and it can go really high. And plus it's a 20 to 30 minute drive to central KL, so you got to factor that in if you are working in the city or if you do a lot of business or you want to be around the city. Desa Park City is really beautiful. Now, number 5 is Taman Tun Dr. Ismail, TTDI, and it's one of those neighborhoods where once people move in, they don't really leave. It's green, full of incredible local food, and has more laid-back suburban feel, I would say. But you're only still 10-15 minutes away from Mont Kiara, Bangsar, right? So you're not very far away from all these neighborhoods. Housing here is mostly older landed properties and low-rise condos, so you'll get more space and value for your money, right? But you might need to renovate if you're planning to buy, because here it's still under KL, so it's 1 million ringgit. However, if we're talking about renting, the rental prices here are way cheaper compared to other areas on the list, like Mont Kiara or Desa Park City. This is the lowest. However, they offer so much more because it's mostly landed properties. Although they are older landed properties, it's not run down. It's still very well maintained. You are also very close to 2 MRT stations, which makes it easier for you to connect to the city, right? On both ends of Taman Tun, there is an MRT station. The rentals here go for a landed property starts at about $900 per month, and condos can start from as low as $500 to $600 per month. So I think that is a good deal. That's why I stay here in TTDI. Rentals really cheap. I mean, for what you get, rental is really good. Now let's talk about the areas I think are tougher for newcomers. Like, not because they are bad, but because they come with many different challenges that you need to understand before committing to that area. And it's mostly because of industrial, but I'll get to that. Alright, first on the list is Old Klang Road. Now, this has some great value buys, but I wouldn't recommend buying this area because this has some of the worst traffic bottlenecks in KL, and you add in flood prone areas and ongoing constructions. Yeah, the construction there is never ending, right? It can be really frustrating to get in and out. If you don't know the ins and outs of the smaller, deeper roads, it's going to be a hassle, right? Because the only way out is through expensive highways. Yeah, so I wouldn't recommend Old Klang Road. Alright, next is parts of Puchong. Puchong is a huge area on the down south near Subang and Cyberjaya. It's well developed at some parts, but because of the industrial part of it, there's a lot of big trailers, heavy machineries that are moving in and out constantly, that makes it dusty, dirty, and it makes you feel like you're in some kind of construction because there are constantly big, heavy lorries, cranes passing by. Yeah, so if your work is nearby, then yes, but for newcomers, it's not really that expat friendly, right? Because there are no like international schools or good private hospitals around that area. Although it's quite close to Subang and Sunway, which we will get to that later. Alright, number 3 is Setapa and Jalan Ipoh. Now this is in KL on the Upper West Side, the Northwest Side, these areas are densely populated with a mix of residential and industrial activity. Again, there are pockets with good value, but the building management varies wildly. Some of the condos, some of the areas are not very well maintained, and you really need to inspect in person before you go and rent or sign anything, because the pictures are not what it looks like in real life. Now, number 4 is the far away suburbs, right? These are like Rawang, Semenyih, Puncak Alam. These are like far away from KL. You'll get huge landed homes for the price of a small condo in Mont Kiara, that's for sure. But you'll be about 40 to 60 minutes away from the city. Now, if you work from home, that's fine, but for most newcomers, it's like you're in Malaysia, but you don't get to enjoy Malaysia. Because KL has a mix of so many different things that you can do, but if you go far out, there are lesser and lesser things for you to do, and it's just not that fun. Maybe if you want to retire, then yes, but other than that, I wouldn't recommend it. Number 5 is Chowkit, right? Or some of the city's slums, I would say. Not really slum, it's just I don't know why that particular area is not very well maintained. You can say that could be the red light district. I think the unofficial red light district. I don't know. I don't really hang out that place. It's just quite dodgy. You don't want to rent there, trust me. You don't want to go anywhere near it. Homelessness is a thing there as well. I don't know, the government is trying to like help all the homeless people to, you know, get jobs and get homes, but yeah, for you guys coming, I don't think so. You will get shocked at the reality of things like this is KL. Even locals get shocked that this is KL, right? Because I don't know why that particular pocket is not very well maintained. Now, as promised, here are the bonus neighborhoods that people are gatekeeping, but it's actually a very good idea to rent here because it's super affordable and has a great expat community. I'm just going to list it down here because we have no time to actually go through all of it. In my next video, I'll probably go through each and every one of it to show you guys where is good to stay and what are the rentals like and more on it. But for now, I'm just going to list it down here so you guys get an idea of what it's like, right? Kota Damansara, number 1. Great place. A lot of expats there. Good schools. Bandar Utama, Ara Damansara, Subang, Gamuda Cove, and Ampang. Now, I know you guys have a lot of questions. Let me know down below. What exactly do you want me to talk about in these areas? What do you want to know about these areas? And I'll make it in my next video. Alright, so if you guys want to know more on visa guides, property walkthroughs, as well as the top 5 properties in KL and how much it costs to buy properties in Malaysia, check out these videos next. Link is in the description. Get an understanding of what Malaysia is like, how expensive properties are here, and how you can make money. And if you guys want, you can contact me directly. We can talk about your property options, your visa options, as well as your lifestyle options. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.